My 600-pound life has helped many people lose crazy amounts of weight. But are you ever curious about what kinds of things go on behind the scenes?
Let's check your weight and see.
Okay.
Tiring work. We wouldn't expect the filming of a show that focuses on the struggles of being severely overweight to be easy, but apparently it's very, very exhausting to have the cameras constantly shoved in your face every day. Is it exhausting? Yes, very. Former participant Stephen Asante revealed in a now-deleted Facebook video. So exhausting to the point that there are days that I don't even want to film, and I try to avoid being filmed, but the camera crew, especially one of them in particular, is so persistent that he will continue to knock on the door and knock on the door and knock on the door until you can't stand it anymore. It's just a lot of work. Knocking on the door that many times? It sounds like a violation of privacy at times, especially when they're recording the participants' worst moments dealing with a morbidly obese body. It doesn't seem like the filmmakers have that much patience for their cast. Online harassment. Yes, you gain a little bit of fame after appearing on the show, but it's not always the good kind that maybe some participants were expecting. When you get cast on the show, like most reality shows, you have to sign your life away, so the producers can basically portray you however they want to. And it doesn't have to be truthful. You could be the nicest person and still get the villain edit, and get harassed online by diehard fans of the show. One of the participants, Justin Asante, said on a Reddit AMA that he wouldn't do my 600-pound life again. And if he could go back in time, I would rather seek out options before signing away the rights to my name, my life, etc. He wrote on Reddit, "I went from no one knowing I existed to being harassed all day on social media, my business, and phone calls. I wouldn't do it again." We're sorry to hear that he had such a negative experience. Shower scenes. If you've ever watched My 600-Pound Life, then you know about the up-close and personal shower scenes that they feature in pretty much every episode. If you've ever watched them, you have to wonder, why exactly do they do this? The answer is simple. It's to really drive home the difficulties overweight people experience with the smallest tasks, even cleaning themselves.
But by the time I'm done, I'm extremely exhausted. My body's in so much pain.
It also showcases how large of a size they are and how abnormal their body is, which is pretty disrespectful to the cast, considering they're clearly already struggling.
My weight has made it almost unbearable to get around.
The editors blur out their private parts in post-production, but that's pretty much the only saving grace. It's showing their most humiliating moments to the entire world. There are rumors that participants receive an extra $4,000 per shower scene, although these can't be officially verified, considering they have to sign a contract that keeps them from talking about money publicly. But it makes sense. There has to be some major incentive to bear it all to the world. Bad experience. Amber HD was one of the contestants who was a success story and managed to lose a crazy amount of weight, and actually keep it off for years after appearing on the show. After the season wrapped, she managed to lose over 400 pounds in total, which is honestly amazing. She's much more independent now and has her own apartment, car, and social life. She even went back to college and graduated, and hinted at being an English major. So it looks like the show has been a success for her. But when she was approached to be featured in the Where Are They Now special, she reportedly declined. She shared with the media that she had a bad experience with the showmakers. She wasn't comfortable with the crew's attitude. She even felt a bit bullied as they wouldn't respect her personal space. Many of them threatened to cancel her surgery if she didn't cooperate. She also confessed that one of the producers forced her to do a shower scene, but she disagreed and stood her ground firmly. According to Amber, the crew wasn't the best. She said they assumed we would be difficult and were rather forceful with their demands. It didn't feel good, respectful, or mutually beneficial working with the production. Not that helpful. Cynthia Wells appeared on Season 5 of My 600-Pound Life. After one post-op appointment, she refused to go to any further sessions. Why? She felt that aside from surgery, Dr. Now and the show had nothing to offer.
I don't think he takes into account the sacrifices that are being made.
She decided to do things her own way, and then the next year she dropped a whopping 156 pounds, just from cutting out fried foods, going from 610 to 454 pounds. Penny Sager was another patient who opted to do things her own way. On Facebook, when asked about Dr. Now, she said, "He only seen me on filming and did the surgery. I was handled entirely by an off-screen doctor and treated by him, and I left them and Texas over 2 years ago." So maybe Dr. Now isn't the saving grace we all think he is. Disgusting locations. Filming isn't always done in the best of locations. Families can be very unsanitary. The stench would get so bad that crew members would use a menthol oil on their upper lips. One of the crew members explained his experience on Reddit, writing, "The grandma was sleeping on a bed in one of the bedrooms. When they went to remove the bed and flipped it over, thousands of bugs scattered out of the bed all over the room. The 80-something-year-old woman was sleeping on a bed that was infested with roaches and God knows what other bugs. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen." Ew. We're gonna be real. That sounds very difficult to deal with. Dr. Now sued. No, Dr. Now doesn't have a perfect track record when it comes to his patients.
There's no hope for you.
And some have left the operating table being pretty mad at him. In 2012, he was sued for malpractice by one of his patients, following a gastric sleeve operation, where the patient alleged that he made a mistake while operating. The lawsuit stated that this ended up requiring the surgical removal of a part of her colon. However, in 2013, the suit was dismissed, and Dr. Now defended himself by saying he wasn't the one who left the tube, so nothing really ended up happening. Some are employed. Not all of the participants just sit around doing nothing all day because of their size. Most fans speculate that they're on disability or are being supported by family, but some of them do contribute to society. Penny Sager makes jewelry on the side and helps a family friend run a business. Jolyn Whitworth and Pauline Potter have made cash from modeling for certain overweight lovers' websites. That's even where Jolyn met her now husband. Divorce is common. As it turns out, appearing on My 600-Pound Life doesn't do wonders for participants' love lives. For example, Christina Phillips lost over 500 pounds during and after the show, shedding up to 75% of her original weight, which is amazing.
It's been 2 years since I had weight loss surgery, and I would have never imagined life could be so great.
However, problems grew between her and her husband, Zach. Christina believed her husband couldn't handle her newfound independence and realized the relationship was irreconcilable, as it had been centered on Zach's need to enable her. Another participant, Jolyn Whitworth, was taken to a fast food restaurant by her husband right after gastric bypass surgery. They are now divorced. It's not just the stars who go through this. Dr. Now is divorced too. Maybe it's something to do with being on TV, or maybe just losing extreme amounts of weight put such a strain on a relationship that makes it difficult to sustain itself. Some never lose it. The show does have a track record of proven weight loss success, with many of its participants looking like completely different people in the Where Are They Now special.
I'm proud of you. You're doing great.
Stephen and Justin Asante were some of the notorious guests on the show. Stephen was very toxic. He pretended that he was following Dr. Now's strict diet during the show, but really was binge-eating unhealthy foods behind everyone's back. Additionally, he would manipulate and bully anyone, including his father, to get what he wanted.
Hello?
I am feeling very weak. And if something happens to me, you're gonna be very sorry.
He would steal his brother Justin's pain medicine after the surgery. Because of Stephen's repeated abusive behavior, Justin ended up quitting Dr. Now's program. Stephen is out of the program too, and is reportedly married now, which seems surprising. We don't know how exactly they're doing, but hopefully they can get the medical care they need, away from the drama and the cameras. So, what do you think? What was the most shocking secret? Let us know in the comments below. And make sure to like and subscribe to The Thing's Reality to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest in reality TV news.